This year, you may have been wondering, why have my school taxes gone down so much? There's a simple answer. The state has generously given the school what's called impact aid. This is a substitute for the tax-exempt property here in Salamanca.
With that, there are many streams of revenue that the school uses to function. Let's take a look at the proposed budget for the Salamanca schools for the 2018-19 school year.
The overall budget for the 2018-2019 school year is $37,141,536. The funds come from many different sources, but primarily New York State. Revenues: state aid is $22,489,973. Impact aid is $6,148,553. Native American tuition and transportation is $4 million. Use of reserves is $3,734,510. Miscellaneous sources is $513,500, and tax-related is $255,200. For expenditures, New York State requires they be broken down into 3 parts. Program is $27,091,340, 73%, which includes things like teachers, computers, equipment, transportation, etc. Capital is $6,190,305, 17%, which includes things like bus purchases, buildings, and grounds. Administrative is $3,859,891, 10%, which includes business offices, superintendent, and insurance. These expenditures can be broken down even further into 8 parts. Salaries are $16,175,676, 43%. Benefits are $6,972,779, 19%. Capital is $5,040,615, 14%. BOCES is $4,747,868, 13%. Tuition and text is $1,343,648, 4%. Contractual is $1,132,871, 3%. Materials and supplies are $952,933, 2%. And operations are $775,146, 2%. For the 2018-2019 year, the tax levy has decreased by 78%. In 2014, the taxes were at $2,427,897, and from the years 2015 to 2017, the tax levy remained flat at $1,152,500. For 2019, they will be decreasing to $250,000. That's huge.
Now that's a mouthful. One section of that overall budget is going to include new installations or programs that are starting off new.
These include Read 180, STEAM, a summer book delivery at Prospect, summer education, and a GED program. Now we'll go a little more in depth with each of these.
My name is Ms. Shelsky. I'm a reading teacher at Seneca. I work with 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and one of the programs we have is Read 180. I work with reading specialists, are the people that do the program with students that qualified for the program that are chosen through this test called a student reading inventory. And from there we talk with their classroom teachers and other specialists in the building to see which students would be the best fit for the program. We have it in place because every school needs a little extra support with academics, and Read 180 is our extra reading support. And they're the support for the students that are just a little bit below grade level that need that extra support in reading, writing, phonics, all those different areas. It's beneficial to our students. Our data, our scores have shown that Read 180 has really improved our students' scores throughout the year. And I think that they really enjoy coming to class and learning about everything that our Read 180 units have instructed them in. And I think it's just a fun program overall.
STEAM is the integration of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So a STEAM program in a high school allows our students to explore the different disciplines that are involved while working on a project. So future plans for STEAM include moving into the STEAM wing, which production or construction should begin on within a year. We have several new courses. We actually need to hire someone with specific expertise to ensure that our students are getting what they need. We also have several other programs that will include STEAM activities and STEAM courses at Prospect, Seneca, and the high school.
The summer book delivery is an opportunity for all of our teachers to deliver books to their new homeroom students. So we all figure out who's going to deliver what to what household, and the teachers take a pack of 10 books to the house, introduce themselves, and encourage the kids to read for the rest of the summer.
The Summer Book Delivery is a program that our school does to help encourage students to read over the summertime. It's where our teachers go out and deliver the books to the homes, get to know the families and the neighborhoods where our students come from.
The summer book delivery has a great impact on our students. It's a great and positive interaction for the first time with their new teacher. It also gives them new literature to read, and we see a summer slump with reading, and this will hopefully help that so we don't see as big of a decline in that area. In reading, data shows is the best way for students to be successful, not only in school but in life.
I think the Summer Book Delivery has many positive effects on our students. One of them is they get to see their teacher over the summer and keep that connection, as well as, again, it does expose them to multiple different words and authors over the summer.
Students are so excited to see their teacher or a familiar face from the school. It gets them excited for the school year to start, and it gives them some great books to be able to look at, to be able to read, to learn more vocabulary, and can really greatly impact just their excitement for the new school year.
The Summer Book Delivery impacts our school in a few different ways. One way is it encourages the students to learn and exposes them to multiple new words over the summer when some of them normally would not be reading. It also encourages our students to maintain their reading level over the summer.
At this point, Prospect and Seneca are planning on delivering books either the last week of July or first week of August, depending on availability of staff and some other schedules within the community. And we can't wait to get out there and see the smiling faces and everyone excited to get their books.
I believe the plans for this year's Summer Book Delivery are similar to the ones that we had last year, where we'll have the teachers come in and sort them out, and we'll deliver them mid-July to the end of July so that the kids have them for their summer and hopefully get to see their shining faces and see improvement come September.
Our summer program is going to have some similarities in the fact that we are going to still offer the swimming and the lessons that we do over the summer. But it's going to be a little bit different in that we are bringing summer school back here. We're no longer going to send them to the BOCES up in Franklinville. We're going to run it ourselves in-house with just our students. The goal of that is to have a little bit more individuality and just really work with our students to improve their skills, test scores, and make sure that they're earning the credits that they need to graduate. So the elementary schools, Prospect and Seneca, I believe, are running basically the same type of thing that they've done the last couple of years. I know that they're going to have a summer reading program and they're going to do the book drive and stuff like that again. Obviously, the swimming part of it is open to everybody in the Seneca and Prospect schools. Their program, I think, is a little bit more abbreviated than ours. Ours is a full 6 weeks. I think they go 4 weeks, I believe. Well, here at the high school, we're looking at having 3 sections each day, and it'll run Monday through Thursday. In the past, we've only done 2, so we're expanding it a little bit as far as offering different opportunities and times for students to be able to come in and take the classes to kind of meet their schedules. Ultimately, I'm looking at probably about 15 or so sessions, so we'll probably have about 5 sections with 3 different time periods that they can take the stuff. So at the high school, we'll be taking care of our own with our students, and I believe the elementary schools are going to be a prospect for any of their summer programming. I think they're actually split between the two. There might be some of Seneca students here. Here at the high school, obviously the goal is to have them earn some of the credits that maybe they weren't able to earn during the course of the year for whatever reason, for a variety of reasons. We're also looking at improving literacy and math at the 7th, 8th, 9th grade level, so that way we can reduce the amount of RTI, response to intervention, that we have to offer during the year, which ultimately then will open up more courses or electives that they can take during the course of the year. We're also looking at offering a couple of courses for actual credit, health possibly, and geometry for a select students, so that way, again, we're going to free up their schedule during the course of the year because we have a lot more offerings for students to take all sorts of different electives. We're really branching out into the robotics and the drones and media and band and chorus, so we've added sections of that stuff. So hopefully that frees up time in their normal schedule during the course of the year, so that way they can take part in all those different electives.
In today's education system, there are many different ways of obtaining a diploma. One of these options is the GED program,
or as the new program will be called, Alternative High School Equivalency Preparation.
As of right now, there are GED programs being run by the Seneca Nation, Big Picture, run by BOCES, and at the Salamanca Public Library, also run by BOCES. Now, students at Salamanca may have a chance to make this goal of obtaining a GED much easier. It has been proposed that the Salamanca School District start its own program in 2 possible ways. The first being held right here on campus in the evening. This program would be a few days a week and held in the library or other possible locations on campus. Another idea, and the preferred option, would be the school buying, renting, or leasing a building in order to hold the program there. This would further develop the applicant's skills and knowledge, making their road to obtaining their diploma more convenient.
There will be a new school resource officer entering the Salamanca City Central School District next year, so we decided to ask our assistant superintendent a few questions about their role the next coming school year.
Currently, we have a school resource officer that's assigned to the high school, and then we have a school resource officer who is assigned to both Seneca and Prospect. And what we found is that school resource officer, who is in the 2 buildings right now, gets pulled too much and isn't able to really dedicate his time to ensure not just safety, but the proactive programs that school resource officers provide to both schools. So the new school resource officer will be stationed at Prospect to ensure that there is appropriate security pieces and components in place, as well as to ensure that the students know what those are and how their interactions should be during an emergency. We contract with the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Department, and what they will do is provide a pool of candidates, and then we will go through the interview process to select the sheriff deputy that will work the best with our students and our staff at Prospect Elementary School. At this point in time, we have not begun that interview process. We anticipate that will happen within the next couple weeks. It's a terrific question. Historically, or when I was in school, you were usually afraid of the police. They were somebody who you didn't necessarily want to see. But over the past decade, we've learned that what we really need to do is be looking at the school resource officers, and particularly law enforcement in general, as what we teach in elementary school, as a community helper. They're really there to help us in the community. So our role, and the school resource officer's role, is to build a positive relationship so that students know that they can come to the school resource officer or any law enforcement officer to get help. That's not somebody that they should be afraid of. They are there to help us.
A major factor that contributes to these programs is the use of new technology.
Without further ado, we're going to delve into the technology that is revolutionizing society, and specifically Salamanca schools.
There will also be a new computer science teacher coming to the district next year, so we asked our assistant superintendent, Dr. Beeler, a few questions regarding their role this next coming school year.
This is a new position for Salamanca. We currently have technology teachers and we have business teachers. And a technology teacher is one who sort of walks that line between computer technology and what used to be referred to as industrial arts. That's what we typically think of when we think of as a technology teacher. We also have business teachers who teach a lot of the computer applications. They also teach some programming courses as well. What we're looking to do is actually expand that into a relatively new role and program for Salamanca, which will be computer science. That particular teacher will be at the high school. At this point in time, we do not have anyone in mind for that position. So if you know a computer science teacher or a computer scientist who's certified, we would love to speak with him or her. A computer scientist within the STEAM program actually has a pretty complicated role. You've probably heard an awful lot about STEAM in the past 2 years. We have a STEAM wing that's being put on. We have a robotics team that integrates that. We have a new comprehensive K-12 STEAM education program that's in place. This computer science teacher would supplement that. One of the things that we found, even just most recently with our robotics team, is that we can use some assistance on projects with coding, with the building of the computer components that are necessary for some of the projects. So we envision that this computer science teacher will not only be teaching courses so that students know how to do that, but will also be an integral part of the STEAM program because technology is woven throughout that entire discipline.
Seneca students are going to get the Lenovo ThinkPads. Currently, our 7th through 8th graders are using these with very good results. They are a Windows 10 machine. 4th through 6th grade will use these to access things like IXL Math, our new ERLA program, and we're also going to be going to PowerSchool Unified Classroom, which will also have a learning management system attached to it, so they'll be able to access materials for a class right through the computer, even if they're at home. The benefits of getting new laptops is these are a very sturdy device. They will serve the students well. So these will be nice because these are very sturdy, and even if they drop, there's a very low chance that they're going to be damaged. The old laptops belong to BOCES. They are returned to BOCES. What happens with them from there, I'm not sure. Probably they will be recycled.
What exactly is ZSpace?
ZSpace is a computer program, and it is augmented reality, or they call it AR. And augmented reality is different from virtual reality because virtual reality changes the landscape, everything around you. That's virtual reality. Augmented reality takes an image on the screen and you can pull it out and manipulate it while the rest of your background stays the same.
What makes it so special?
I think it's amazing because it's a chance for students to work in environments that they will never ever get a chance to work in. So, for example, I can go in here and pull out a heart and
we will never have a human heart in biology
right.
to dissect.
Right. Well, actually, back in the day when I went to school here, Mr. Pavlak wanted us to. We had to do frogs. Frogs. We had to actually dissect frogs, and honestly, sitting in the front row, I was actually going to faint. And And the cool part is that kids can do this every day, all day long, until they get really good at it and not have to touch a real frog. Although we do real frogs, but this is an opportunity for people like me who aren't going to faint to actually do it, and it's so real, it's unreal.
And it does, oftentimes budgets only allow one dissection per year, so maybe frogs or earthworms or one fetal pig, whereas this allows every student to do multiple dissections.
And it's not just biology, it's electronics, it's
mathematics, there's physics.
There's history.
Electronics.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else? There's a lot. The other cool thing, I mean, there's a lot of different programs here, but one of them is the chemistry. And dealing with all of the periodic table, and you can pull the atoms out, and you can arrange the atoms, and you can change
you
the
can
atoms.
manipulate the electrons, protons, neutrons, and make different elements. Yeah. See where they fit in the orbitals.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, what you can do with.
How will it make an impact on the kids?
Oh, it brings all these subjects to life for them. I mean, right in front of them.
So, another example is I can pull the heart right out of the ZSpace. I can twist it and turn it. I can take a camera and go inside of the heart and see where the ventricles, and I'm not going to get the right terminology down, but it is unreal. It makes something that, reading out of a book would be like, oh, okay.
How many are you trying to get?
Our hope is to eventually have 20 of them. We'd like to set them up, possibly the library, or we had also talked about having them split up into groups of 5s on mobile carts, and people could sign out 5 of them, or they could sign out all the carts and bring them right to their classroom.
How many programs does ZSpace have?
Currently, I bet we have 15 different programs, but within each program there's multiple things you can do. So right now we're pretty heavy on the math and science, but we do also have a lot of history programs in there, like you can look at medieval weapons and actually take them out, manipulate them, try and work with them. You can pretend that you're in the trenches in the middle of a war, and
one of my favorites is the circuit board, where you actually create circuits, and you can see circuitry, so you can see if you
can catch the battery on fire and nobody panics.
Absolutely, and it's just fun.
Do you think the students will like it?
They love it. We already know they love it. It's if we're getting this excited over it, I can't even imagine.
They voluntarily stay after school to play with them.
Can you explain the interactive nature of ZSpace?
I guess you get your hands dirty without getting them dirty. You're able to pull your images or your manipulatives out of the screen.
So if you watch CSI, again, when they do all these investigations, and they actually put on their glasses and they pull out and things come down and they're turning around, that's exactly what that is. That's real. That's exactly what this is doing.
Yeah, we have a lot of changes going on down here. One is that we're going to remove all the tile down here, and we're going to replace it with new floor mats. We have ordered all new racks, half racks to come in, 4 different racks. We have the plates and the new weights coming in along with it. Should be here, probably within a month or so. So we're cleaning out the basement, repainting a lot of the stuff that's down here to make it look more aesthetically attractive. Half racks for the benches and for the squats, and replacing some of the existing racks that we have currently. Again, we're going to get new plates for the weights and a lot of new free weights to go along with that, what we additionally currently have now. The strength and conditioning coaching program is that we've hired Darren Fisk, who works at St. Bonaventure as the strength and conditioning coach. He's going to oversee the weightlifting program. Why? Well, we want somebody to oversee the program so that all of our coaches have somebody to go to if they're not sure the types of lifts or the strength and conditioning programs they need for their particular sport, and Darren is kind of well versed in that, and that's what he does at Bonaventure, so it gives our coaches the chance to meet with him to collaborate on their own sports to decide what would be the best course of action for their strength and conditioning program for their specific sport. Well, the Bigger, Faster, Stronger program is not just a weightlifting program, it's also we want to gear it together with mind and body, and it's also a program that we're trying to have our athletes held to a higher standard than 15 and 11. Trying to build character in our programs. That's all part of it, but the Bigger, Faster, Stronger program is designed mostly to improve our strength and our athletes, and also their agility, their quickness, not just their physical strength, but we want to develop the whole person, the whole body with this program, and we feel that this is the best way to get started, to get our athletes as well conditioned as they can be to make successful gains, so that our programs can start having more success in them.
Hi, my name is Michelle Redeye. I am the teacher on special assignment, Native American Program Coordinator for the Salamanca City Central School District, K through 12. Basically, I oversee Native American programs and services for the whole district. Currently at Prospect Elementary, Seneca Intermediate, and the high school, we offer tutoring for our Native American students. At Prospect and Seneca Elementary, it's a push-in. The tutors go into the classrooms and help. At the high school, it is a pull-out. The tutors have their own classroom, and students are scheduled into their room or can go to during study hall. We offer Seneca language and culture to Seneca Intermediate, and at the high school they can take Seneca language, they can take Seneca history, indigenous studies, and we are working on getting a language teacher through the Seneca Nation at Prospect Elementary for the upcoming school year. Some new things that are going to be happening is we are looking to get the language teacher at Prospect Elementary, and then also some family support workers. Currently we have a family support worker at Prospect Elementary who helps build the bridge between home and school, teacher relationships with parents and families, guardians. Some other new things, there's an attendance officer. Attendance is an issue district-wide, so we're hoping to get an attendance officer to cover the entire district, K through 12.
This is a special year for several groups.
In addition to the current honor societies Salamanca hosts, there are 3 more being added on. Those are Tri-M, Seneca Studies, and Junior Honor Society.
Music Honor Society is actually called Tri-M for short, which stands for Masters of Modern Music. Any student involved in the music program who maintains a B average and is recommended by the music faculty and is in grades 6 through 12 is eligible for this honor society. In addition to the society being the only national accredited music honor society for students, through performance and community service, students will gain confidence, creativity, critical thinking, compassion, and leadership skills that will take them throughout their careers. The program will start as soon as we get back to school in the fall of 2018. We'll have to be involved and have to maintain all those eligibility requirements like the averages and staying in the ensembles, and again just being involved and sharing the love of music to the community. Well, yours truly, Mr. Dean, will be in charge of the program starting in the fall of 2018.
The Honor Society is formed to give recognition to those students who have demonstrated the desire to participate and succeed in classes, organizations, and community service that focus on Seneca and or Indigenous peoples. The requirements are that a student must be in 11th or 12th grade, and they must satisfy 2 requirements from the following list of requirements. Must have taken or in the process of taking a minimum of 3 years of Seneca language, have taken or in the process of taking Seneca History 1 and or 2, have taken or in the process of taking the Indigenous Studies class, a member of Seneca Youth Council or Seneca Youth Dancers, and an active member within the community and can verify their service. They must maintain 89.5% any of the language or history courses and culture classes. They must attend meetings, events, fundraisers, and once they're inducted into the society, must not have any major discipline infractions once they're inducted into the society. The application for applying for the society is May 1st of this year. So those that are wishing to participate will submit applications to myself, and it will be available as soon after we get the committee to review the applications, and they'll be inducted this year. The society will benefit the students for a number of things by first giving them that recognition for continuing with the Seneca Studies program. And the other thing that it will do is it will be a big benefit for them to include on a professional application, whether it be college or some scholarships, that they can showcase their participation in with the Honor Society. It gives them that edge.
So the National Junior Honor Society is a way to recognize our lower grade students, grades 7 through 9, for their academic achievements and for their character, the same way that the National Honor Society does at the upper grades. Yes, we're still hammering out the final requirements, but there will definitely be a character component where students will need to demonstrate good character both in and out of school. There will be a volunteer component where students need to show that they are capable of doing volunteer work. And there will also be an academic component where students need to maintain and achieve a certain level of academic independence and success in order to be a part of the NJHS. We're excited to be able to provide this for our grades 7 through 9. It's a tremendous opportunity for them to not only show their academic prowess, but also to get them ready for the National Honor Society at the upper grades as well. And we're excited that Salamanca will be part of the NJHS national system.
As mentioned last year, we have an abundance of continuing programs. These are the same as previously featured in past budgets.
Keep watching, there's more to come.
Archery program started here last year. We've been running this part of Extended Day since fall of last year, and this year we started a competitive team, and we took them to 3 competitions this year.
Who is involved in archery?
Archery is open and available to all students from 4 through 12.
Where do you guys practice and compete at?
Most of the time during for our practices for the team comp, the team is downstairs in the basement. We have a range set up down there. For the Extended Day program, we hold our practices in the secondary gym. The competitions are held through different schools throughout Cattaraugus County, and in turn we were able to take the team to Utica to the state tournament, and through that we had 3 students qualify for nationals, which we will be heading there next week, May 9th, for them to compete there against approximately 20,000 other students from across the U.S.
How is archery scored in competitions?
So we use this target. There's rings on the target, and each ring steps up the score by 1 point. So if you hit this outer ring, it's 1, and it carries through to the center circle, which is 10. So our whites are 1 and 2. The black rings are 3 and 4. The blue rings 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10.
It's been a year since this has been added to the program. What do you want to happen this upcoming season that didn't happen last one?
So next year what we plan to do is grow the program. We had tryouts this year. We had 54 kids try out, and we took our top 22. What I'd like to see next year is to have a full team for each division, each age group, 4th and 5th, 6th through 8th, and 9th through 12th is allowed 24 kids per team. And we had trouble competing this year in the team categories because we didn't have enough students in each age group. So what I'd like to see is for us to find enough room, enough space to practice with full teams throughout the whole winter, so we can compete on the state level as a team. So that's what we're looking to do, is probably grow by 3 times to about 75 students is what we'd like to see for our competition season.
And I would like to see a lot more of our high schoolers, 9 through 12, come out and participate. I know it's tough with other sports, but we can cater the program to where they can be a part of it, plus other sports. I think it'd be a great competition for them to be a part of, and you never know. We may have the next Olympian or next world champion for an IBO, which is International Ball Hunters Organization.
Thank you, guys.
Key Club is an international organization of high school kids, which is actually a subsidiary or a subgroup of Kiwanis International, and their main purpose is to make the world a better place, one child at a time. Their goals are to really just help their community and then some. Their major projects that each club or each region decides that they're going to take on, and that usually is an international a project, and we will actually find out what our next project is this month.
Our school decided, actually I think the kids were asking for it. The kids wanted to know what they could do for their community, what more could they do to better themselves, the community, the world around them, and so we jumped on it. Said, the kids want it, then we're here for the kids. So I think it benefits the school because it actually shows the community what our school is made up of, what types of kids we have. You know, our kids are good, they're giving, they're willing to, you know, go the extra mile to help their neighbor, good or bad, and it really puts a positive light on what's happening here with our kids.
Well, actually, we have a lot of goals, a lot of local goals and some international goals. We want to be part of a project. One of the projects that our students asked to be a part of is the Thirst Project, and anybody could Google that. But basically, it's to help raise money for like countries who don't have fresh water, and so it's a big project, and a lot of schools and regions in the Key Club get involved in it. And for about $12,000, we can, for a little town, we could supply a water project, or a water source, a fresh water source.
What is the Robotics Club?
What is it? It's just a group of kids interested in all
engineering,
parts.
Manufacturing, electronics, coding, programming.
What's the difference between the robotics class and being in the club?
Well, the robotics class is just kind of introduction to robotics and drones and rovers. And then some key kids who are accelerating and have an interest in the robot, then they can, you know, not only have a class time, but they can join us after school with building the robots in the competition. One of the components in the beginning of the robotics class is they actually learn how to, you know, design their own robots using Vex Robotics.
The club kids all went to the competition.
What are some of the things you have accomplished this year so far?
We built a robot.
The coolest thing is that we had nothing, and we had 0 courses experience here, and these kids came together with 0 experience and actually designed and built this robot.
We ended up coming in 27th out of 50 groups that participated, but we actually were the top scoring rookie team.
What is something you still want to do, like, for the rest of the year?
This year we want to learn how to use pneumatics. We want to learn how to use these new wheels, big fancy wheels. These wheels will allow the robot to go in any direction. We are working on a lot more coding, autonomous, getting the robot to automatically do a specific task without us having to control it with a remote.
Why have they added robotics like into the school?
Oh, this cutting edge technology, like this is where it's at, where it's going.
Where jobs are.
Where jobs are.
How do you think it like impacted the students?
Oh, it was, I could not believe the stress that those kids were under during the competition. I mean, the stress level, the intensity of it was beyond anything like we would experience in everyday teaching, and they handled it so well.
So what they've learned is
Communication.
unreal. I mean, like we said, we had people who next year have to do marketing and outreach and management. We have to do all inventory management, and we have to do cost analysis, and we have to do obviously
engineering reports.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the obvious, the coding, the programming, the engineering, the designing, all of that matters.
Goals for next year, obviously, to build another robot, maybe to rank a little bit higher, to do more competitions next year.
Trap is shooting clay pigeons with a shotgun. 5 guys out at a time. They stand at 5 different locations, taking 5 shots at each one shot per clay.
We've had a lot of shooters that have come out that have never handled a firearm before, so it gives them the opportunity to become familiar with the firearm, know the safety aspect of it and what they need to do to properly handle it.
Mostly to give those kids that don't have somewhere to go or a place that they feel they belong or a team to be with or a club to be in. It definitely is totally different than any other sport I think we have. Pretty close to the archery club we have.
Our numbers are up a little bit with participants. The biggest thing is just seeing the kids start out with single-digit bird counts from shooting and coming up to high teens to 20s, and even close to a couple perfect scores.
I'd like to definitely pile up some wins and at least try to get about, increase how we're doing as far as rank. And we've had several of our shooters this year hit 24 out of 25, so I'd definitely like to see some of our guys get 25s, and then we get to throw their hats in and shoot them.
The Welcome Back Picnic, we invite all the staff obviously to it, community members, students, and we try and do some different activities. We do a little cookout and things like that. And we really do it so we can try and provide some opportunities for the staff and the community, the parents, to interact on a positive note prior to school. So, it's a way of building some community spirit and to kind of kick off the new school year on a positive note. The Welcome Back Picnic this year for the high school and the Seneca Intermediate, that's this campus here, is going to be September 5th from 4 to 5 o'clock in the evening. And the day before that, Prospect is going to have theirs. That's going to be on September 4th, again from 4 to 5 o'clock. Last year, I'm thinking that we probably had for the high school, aside from the staff, not counting the staff, just the community and the parents and the students that came, we probably had about 200 of the community members and the students and the staff and the parents, and we probably had another 60 or 70 staff members show up for the high school. So I'm hoping that as this progresses, we're going to grow that. We'll end up with more engagement from the parents and from the students to come.
Sadly, we must bid farewell to 9 fantastic teachers that have served a part not only in our schools, but also in our communities.
Hello everybody, I am your host Brandon Milanowski, and this is Who's Retiring This Year. the game show where we figure out who's retiring this year. Let's meet our contestants.
My favorite thing about working here at Salamanca is definitely the students. The students are what make it worth my while. I love it when a student comes in and is really eager to learn, or if I'm teaching a concept and those light bulbs go off and they finally learn something that they get excited about. And that to me is the whole idea of teaching. That's why I became a teacher, is so that I can work with high school kids to enlighten them and to get them to become lifelong learners.
Some of my best memories about working here at Salamanca have been working with the students. It's really a delight to see a kid that struggles in every other area come into the shop and have success, and to see their pride and the way their face lights up when they take a look at what they've done and what they've accomplished. Even kids that have never picked up a screwdriver before, it was always a good memory to see them start using tools and to make things work for them.
Oh, my favorite part, everything. Every day, from the beginning to the end of the day. I learned so much from all you kids and from all my co-workers. It's every day is a different day, and there's always challenges. There's always something that makes your day great. Some days are better than others, but every day I learned something new, and it was great.
If I have to talk about what my favorite part about being here, it would be meeting the kids and working with teachers and learning every day things that I probably should have learned when I was in high school but didn't. And that has been an experience for me. And I have been privileged enough to spend the rest of my time in the library, which I love. So, a favorite part? Don't really think I have one. But all of it has been really wonderful, and I'm grateful that I've had this opportunity.
My fondest memory of being here is I was instructing a multi-layered computer concept over a period of several days, and I had two individuals who happened to be twins, and they were really struggling with that concept. They were becoming frustrated and almost in tears, until one day one of the twins turned around and said, "I did it." And almost immediately the other twin said, "I did it." And the tears were actually streaming down their faces again. And yeah, this is where I cried too. I was so happy for them and so proud of them.
Probably with retiring this year, the one thing that I've enjoyed the most here at Salamanca actually is all the students that I've had in class, and it's probably the one thing that I definitely will miss after retirement, is not having the kids in class, seeing the kids, working with them.
Okay, my 33 years of working here in Salamanca School, my favorite thing is working with the children. I've worked with third grade kids, I've worked with in kindergarten, I've worked with pre-K, I came back to our kindergarten, and now I work with, for the last 3 years, I've been working in reading with all, from pre-K all the way to third grade.
Well, my favorite part about working here has definitely been the children. I really love teaching them to read, and it's a great experience to have them actually learn that and start reading for the first time.
That sums up this year's budget program. Now let's make sure that you get to the high school on Tuesday, May 15th to have your voice heard. Voting on the school budget will take place in the high school gym from noon until 9 p.m. Come listen to the high school band and chorus at 6 o'clock before or after voting.
That's right, let's say it again. Come place your vote on Tuesday, May 15th from noon until 9 p.m. in the high school gym. You can also check out the art show after placing your vote. For more Warrior Vision videos, watch Channel 13 or check out SHS Warrior Vision on YouTube.